dry? When did we trade compassion for code? Headlines for hearts, clicks for souls. Every life is breath from above. Every death should shake us with love. All lives matter, we're just the ones we choose. When a soul is taken, do we feel or do we lose? The reverence, the holy fire inside. All lives matter, but do we live it with our lives?
Hello, y'all. Welcome back. I hope that you guys had a wonderful weekend or week. And yeah, I wanted to say, please, can you do me a huge, huge, huge favor? Like, this would be the biggest, most beautiful thing in the whole world. Can you please like, subscribe, and share my content so that I can get to 1,000 subscribers before my birthday? Please, 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 please. That is my goal. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's get into today's video. Oh, sorry guys. I have some nose problems today. All right, here we go. Ready?
Would beg people to understand something here. Part of the reason why the combat operations in Gaza look the way they do is because Hamas benefits from civilian casualties. Hamas has deliberately made their strategy the maximization of their own casualties in order to play on Western sensibilities. Why? Because they can't beat the IDF in a conventional fight. We talk about like hospitals and mosques and schools and things like that. Do you guys want to know why? When we look at the Geneva Convention or we look at the rules of land warfare, why do we take those things off limits? Why are you not permitted to conduct military operations either in those buildings or to target those buildings for artillery and airstrikes? Because of the propensity of civilian casualties, right? They're not supposed to be military targets. What happens when your enemy makes it a military target? Am I not allowed to respond now? Wait a second. Wait. Am I not allowed to respond now? Am I not allowed to do anything? What happens when I have to conduct urban military operations? It's a casualty heavy environment. And the IDF was still going into some of these places announcing that they were coming in to do combat operations. You know, they're not required to do that by the rules of land warfare or the Geneva Convention, right? And yet they did it anyways. Why? They wanted to minimize civilian casualties. So why did Hamas insist that they be there? Because they wanted to maximize civilian casualties. Why? Because every time a civilian dies in Gaza, the UN and Doctors Without Borders and CNN and MSNBC and every college campus in America goes, I can't believe what the Jews did to these poor Palestinian civilians. They're creating an impossible thing. We are rewarding Hamas for killing their own people. And Hamas doesn't care. The senior leadership could not care less. They're billionaires. The moment we start letting Hamas get away with what they were intentionally doing to create additional casualties so that they could beat the IDF the only way they know how, and that's by applying external pressure, then all we do is encourage that sort of behavior, not just from Hamas, but every terrorist organization. I'm sorry, for me and everything I look at and all of my knowledge on this and all of my experience with this tells me that Hamas is the one that bears the vast majority of the blame on this one.
I mean, there's no question. At least there shouldn't be. And there are people who are unfortunately brainwashed into thinking that it's just a black and white situation, and it's really not. Um, this all started because of a terrorist attack on October 7th. Had that terrorist attack not happened, there would not be a war in Gaza. And I don't understand why they have these double standards when it comes to warfare for Israel, but they don't have the same standards when it comes to the Ukraine and Russian war. Like, why are they expecting Israel to feed the Gazans who are trying to kill them? Why are they expected to give food and water and electricity to the people that they're trying to liberate from the Hamas terrorists. Why are they required to do that? Is Russia giving aid to Ukraine? Is Russia sending water and electricity and food into Ukraine? No, in fact, Russia is literally hitting civilian areas on purpose, and nobody's calling them out for it. Nobody's demanding their heads on a platter, not like they are with the Israelis. Why? This 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 is not just an injustice. This is discrimination. This is anti-Semitism. And that is the root of this whole entire thing. The whole entire thing, if you look at it from a world point of view of structures that were made for war times and what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and how they literally bend and twist and make new shapes just for Israel. And no other country has the same obligations. It just makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand. And then poor Israel, they feel like they have to be so transparent while trying to, keep the dignity of their people. Excuse me. Keep the dignity of their people that passed away, that were murdered, that were slaughtered, that were massacred, that were genocided. Yeah, that's the real genocide, what was going on in frickin' Israel. And you want to know another genocide that's a real genocide? What's going on in Iran? The mullahs. They're literally genociding all Iranians. That's a genocide. But we're not supposed to talk about that. I stand with Israel. I stand with Iran. I want them liberated. I want them free from this Islamic takeover. I want them free. I want the UK free. And that's all I got to say on that topic for now. Anyway, y'all. Can you please do me a favor? It's almost my birthday. I think in another few weeks it's going to be my birthday. Could you please like and subscribe and share this content so that we can get it out there and I can get to 1,000 subscribers before my birthday? That would be the greatest gift on this planet. Thank you so much. I love you all. I love y'all. Later for now. God bless. Bye-bye. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All lives matter. We're just the ones we choose. When a soul is taken, do we feel